Hello, hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 247. This is Rajyasree.
And this is Abhinandan and Sekhri. We bring you this episode with a big surprise. There's a big surprise in store, Rajyasree.
That neither of us has watched anything this time.
Surprise!
So we'll be discussing our life choices, what our childhood,
Rajyasree's that way
our investments.
inefficient. I don't have any investments, but
So
Rajyasree that way
that's the short part of the.
she's lazy and inefficient. I have, of course, prepared like I always do.
What did you watch? Tell us.
I have very critical social, linguistic and ethnic commentary on the IPL ad campaign, which is the latest one of the Dhamakedar,
Because
ye ab normal hai.
That's like a movie classic that we'll be
It's the
discussing.
biggest pop culture phenomenon in India since
Who's the captain of our team, Indian cricket team?
since Amitabh Bachchan. It's and so commentary on that on a pop culture podcast is the main thing.
It's the main thing. That's the main thing.
Have you watched anything?
So there were no, because I thought this time you will watch. You said I'll watch these 3 films.
And you didn't watch anything. And you have nothing to do anyway during the week.
I have nothing to do through the week. I bake cookies and all.
We'll figure what we'll talk about this pop culture. Of course, I'm prepared.
I've watched Sharmaji Namkeen.
So you watched then.
Because you know I'll watch. Na? This is the thing. Don't take people for granted.
Have you watched? Have you not? Because people are confused.
I've watched The Bubble.
And put on this. Ye isko dho dena.
I want everyone to know
Easy.
that, let's just talk about the important things in life now. That there's this red attachment to only Abhinandan's mic because he is the co-founder and CEO of News Laundry and I'm not. Even though my blood, sweat and tears has gone into
Finished.
helping News Laundry.
Let me know when you're done.
So that is to make his voice sound nicer. Or I don't know for what. But or to make you motivate you. Dynamite is written on it.
So this is a preamp. And we will be buying 5 for all the mics during Hafta. Right now only 1 has come.
So
it's safe. But as money gets collected, more will come. And I'm hoping money will get collected because you guys will contribute. The link is in the show notes below. If you don't want to go directly to the link, come to newslaundry.com and pay to keep news free because we take no advertising. You see this new set that has been constructed, the new studio, these mics, the people behind the camera. Everything needs to be paid for and everybody works hard. So either we take money from ads from politicians, in which case you know what news does, or we take ads from large corporations and you know what news does, or we take money from you and we chose the last option so we can remain independent. So I do hope you will contribute and subscribe to Pay to Keep News Free, Rajyasree Sen. So you watched Sharmaji Namkeen, and why you put 4 things in the list when you don't only want to watch one? The Bubble. What's
I
The Bubble?
watched The Bubble also.
And what is French Dispatch?
This I've told you to watch for 4 years. Even though it was made only 2 years back. But
But because you're a Bengali and you have the chudel, this thing, you know the future.
it's that Wes Anderson film.
The true story,
Actually.
you didn't see Aaj Tak when this whole Riya Chakravarti thing happened when
They
Sushant
said
Singh.
she's a chudel.
They said because she's Bengali and in there, so she's done witchcraft and all. She's
because
done like
this
some
is
kala
the
jadoo.
normal thing in propagated in Hindi cinema. That if you are the mistress, the person you have an affair with,
You are doing kala jadoo.
and they are only Bengalis. No other community wants
the
to
good-
be your mistress. I don't understand why. Why everybody else is so virtuous.
No, in the 70s, even Goan Christians,
Yeah,
the Julie type
yeah.
scene.
Julie type and what is her name? Rita Bose. Are yaar.
Oh, her name is
And they'll
Julie
be dark.
Braganza.
They won't be fair Bengalis. They'll only be dark Bengalis. It's very sad that we have been typecast
But
like this.
so you will tell us about the Bubble and the Grammys also if you want. Because I
Grammys-
know a thing or two about
You
the
know,
Grammys.
saying that, so we
because
must discuss it.
I know Olivia Rodrigo has got Best New Artist.
Can you
And
recognize Olivia
Leave the
Rodrigo?
Door Open has got the best record. I can sing the song called Well, you just leave the door open because there is something. I forgot the
You
lyrics.
didn't listen to the lyrics when your niece and nephew were telling
And
you.
there is a rap album, Call Me If You Get Lost. Have you heard it?
Call me if you get lost.
Call me if you get lost. You
And
don't know.
Who sang this? Who's
Don't
the
take my
singer?
test.
Who is the singer? What
First-
did A.R. Rahman win for?
He hasn't won this time.
But
Although
he
Pakistani
attended.
person has won. I don't know her name. Because I'm Indian nationalist.
So you're not going to.
Why should I know the
Yeah,
Pakistani
that's
artist's
true.
name?
Correct, correct.
And one person was also congratulated by Modi. So I'm guessing there's some Indian connection also.
Yeah, yeah. They named someone, but I don't know who it is.
So let's start with emails that got left
Because
out
that we
last
can
time.
do, because he can read those and that will fill up 10 minutes of our time.
But the main thing we'll discuss, which is the IPL ad campaign. Which
The
is
main thing.
The main pop culture commentary,
Yeah.
the rest of the stuff. But I had a very busy weekend, so sorry guys.
I've also had.
But on the bright side, next week, neither of us will be presenting. It'll be our wonderful young hosts, Abbas and
Nenika, and they
And
will have watched everything they promised to watch.
And they will know stuff about those things also.
But I also watch everything I promised to watch. To be fair.
All you Gen Z and millennials are very efficient.
No, I'm
So
not Gen Z.
This email is from anonymous. They don't want to be named.
I thought we read this last time.
No, we left it out because we went
okay,
over
okay.
time.
Huh.
Hi Rajyasree and Abhi Dada. Thanks for providing snippets of your banter. It's priceless to see Abhi's cringe dad jokes and Rajshree's these blank ho gaya look. That's not the ho gaya look. That's she's trying to process the joke.
What not?
She's trying to understand. You can see the
Please.
wheels moving.
Many years
What's the
of
joke?
suffering through these bad jokes.
Is there a pun? Is there another meaning to that word? All that it
Is
takes a while.
that? That's what it is. Huh?
Abhi's deep analysis of holy songs is Kite and Lightning, which shows how deeply he listened and analyzes them, looking for deeper hidden meanings. But his love for Deepika clouded his otherwise honest analysis, which was painful to hear.
Which is true. I was going to send you a video of hers that was put up.
Is he
bad.
so innocent to not get the naughtiness in Balam Pichkari? Nation wants to know. So, Abhi, aap chronology samajhiye. Firstly, Balam with his Pichkari has seduced Seedhi Sadi Chori. They go on to confess that with his thumka in his jeans, he got the Padosan ki bhabhi Lattu. And actors with their gestures of Lattu leave no room for imagination that what the Lattu Balam's Pichkari has caused on Padosan's bhabhi. So Ramu ki sali and Padosan ki bhabhi, same difference, nahi? Abhi a bias for Deepika. You know, burana maan ho liya. This is the thing. The main thing.
The analysis.
When people have dirty minds, there was one dialogue also. There was one dialogue in some Hindi movie, dirty mind.
You dirty mind? Shut up, you dirty mind!
The thing about dirty minds is that they'll find hidden meaning in stuff that has no hidden meaning. Like, I remember this song of Gulzar's, and this Punjabi singer, Jassi, I think, was being interviewed. And I think that's, I forget which song that was. It was, I think, from Dil Se. And he said, very disappointed to see Gulzar Sahab also use this double meaning. There was no double meaning. I know, because I asked him.
But Jassi is very smart.
And I was like, Kamal. So, this anonymous, maybe written by Jassi, I don't know. Possible.
Don't get upset just because the person has said it.
But I think there's absolutely no non-veg
Non-veg.
material
Like in Delhi.
like
There's
in
no
during
non-veg.
Navratri, the mayor of whatever South Delhi Corporation has said, because 99% of
He's done a survey. That's what I like.
Delhiites don't even
Eat onion garlic.
garlic during Navratras. That's why we will stop meat. But onion garlic will still be served.
That because he knows in his own house he'll get beaten up.
Anyway, so this is from Nisha, a holy song recommendation. Nisha says, hi Abhinandan, hope you're doing well. One more classic holy song on the list. And this is Thank you, Nisha. Some other people had also recommended this. And have you seen this cred ad
Yes.
featuring Karshi? Yes, we haven't. We reviewed it also. So, P.S. Rajyasree might be confusing.
Nay, yeah, there was a cricket match
Can I just
in
first
this
say
thing
what
also.
Can I just finish the sentence? There's nothing wrong in letting someone complete a sentence. Okay. P.S. Rajyasree might be confusing Hum Aapke Hain Kaun and Maine Pyar Kiya for cricket match and dog. Keep up the great work. Nisha, you're right.
No,
But she will never acknowledge it.
no, this is incorrect. So I can't just say yes just that someone's a subscriber. But please keep subscribing to us, even if you're incorrect.
So Rajyasree, tell me about Sharmaji Namkeen. What did I miss?
So Sharmaji Namkeen has been made. It's a first-time director Hitesh Bhatia has made it, and the reason why this film was like a big deal was made of it is because Rishi Kapoor was acting in this film, and he died during the shooting of this film. So what they've done is, and it's done well.
CGI?
because- No, so first they did think of CGI and all supposedly. parts of the film have Rishi Kapoor playing the protagonist, and parts have Paresh Rawal playing the same character. So you watch a film.
So like the Hindi soaps, the Meher suddenly changes.
Mihir, so like that. So, but the old Mihir never came back in the middle of this. So this is, so you'll see like in the same scene, like I'm talking to you, this would be your dream that while I'm talking to you, then when you turn back, it's not me, it's someone else. And then again, Rishi,
that would be my dream.
That's what I'm saying, and it's silly.
So actually, so in the middle of conversation, the character changes.
So the way they've done it is it's very well done. It's not cleverly done, I wouldn't say, but the cuts, as in the changes from. So if he's cooking in the kitchen, they'll cut to another scene, and when they go back to the same frame, it's Paresh Rawal cooking. And Paresh Rawal and Rishi Kapoor are quite different in their one looks-wise.
Yeah.
And even the acting style is a little.
Of course. The voice, everything.
Yeah, so
it may be because they're different people. But yeah, go on. Because
what is your contribution this time? Smart Alec comment.
That is
because you haven't watched anything.
That is very valuable insight.
No, that's the rubbish.
Rishi Kapoor and Paresh
You keep
Rawal
quiet, okay?
look different,
No.
sound different.
That's not what I meant.
Act different. How strange.
It's
Because
like
they are different people.
No, it's like
How
all
strange.
Hindi film actresses nowadays, I feel, look the same. So you can interchange them in a film in that way. So you can, but so this story is a very sweet story. It's Rishi Kapoor is a widower. He is given VRS by the company he's been working with for some 35 years like that. They make mixer grinders and all. It plays a big role. There's mixer. They do household appliances and all that. And he's quite upset when he's given VRS. And he has two sons. One son is working in a company. The other is a dancer, like a break dancer and all on the side, and he's studying in college. But he's like a proper dancer. He has a group and all where they dance and they put up videos and all that.
Baliye. Does he participate in Nach Baliye?
No, he's not. He's like a funky dancer. Like,
So Nach Baliye has funky dances.
no,
also.
very bad at this place. I've reviewed it for like 5 seasons. It scarred me absolutely. Nach Baliye had this one also, I think, Rakhi Sawant at one point. No, I didn't.
We will never know.
We have to Google and check. So anyway, he retires and he's at home and he can't figure out what to do with his time. And he has 3-4. So the normal things they've shown is he has a group of friends. He does go for walks, and he says, how can you do this every day? You go for a walk, then you sit in the park, then you'll play with your dog, then you go back home. And then what do you do after that? And he keeps thinking of various things to do. And it's not, this is the only thing. It's either in East Delhi or West Delhi. Okay, so I'm very bad at East Delhi and West Delhi, which one? But it's one of those fine parts of Delhi. And the son is in a fancy job and has a very nice girlfriend who he wants to get married to. So there's that story that he wants to shift out of the house and shift and come to Gurgaon and all. But Rishi Kapoor's main thing which he likes doing is he enjoys cooking. So for breakfast and all, he'll make really nice breakfast for the boys and all that. And his friend tells him, why don't you
Start a restaurant.
Yeah, so first he says you start one dukaan here
Catering.
and all. So the sons and all, like, not the younger son isn't too bothered. The older one says, what shit are you talking about? Do yoga. He said, do yoga. Watch some movie. Do some NGO work and all. So he said, whatever. Then this friend says, there's a
Cooking contest.
like a satsang is going to happen and will you do the cooking for it? So he says, I don't want to do. So he said, no, I've already committed. So you have to go and do. And that is done. Like, that's quite funny because he goes there and he's cooking like it's a fancy house, one of those big fancy houses in West Delhi and all. And there's this woman who we've seen, Sheba.
Bakhtiyar.
No,
Pakistan.
Chadda, na, her name is.
Doesn't matter. You will get it wrong anyway.
No,
So what
don't
does
say like
Shiva
this.
do?
I know this very well. I know. She played the mother in that Badhai Do.
Okay.
Huh? So she's the Malkin of the house, and he's like, it's not like like you're talking to a bawarchi has come. It's someone who's, she's like, oh, you're the cook, Shitar. I thought you're the IT officer. मेरे husband का तो बात ही लग जाती है ना, because she kept questioning, why have you come? What are you doing? So he said, I've come to cook food. And then he realizes it's not a satsang, it's a kitty party. And they are dancing to Baby Doll and all. And Juhi Chawla is one of the kitty party aunties who's there, who's very nice. Like, they're all very nice women. That other woman is there also, who's the mother in that film we really liked with
Sholay,
no, on the ship.
Diwar.
Shut up. Zoya Akhtar's film with everyone on the ship. So she's there and all. And then he starts, like, he becomes
Dil
a big...
Dhadakne Do.
Yeah, very good. 2 minutes late, but even then. So he becomes a big hit with this.
Shefali Chaya Shah.
Again, please, her name is... Oh, her name is Shefali Shah.
Just say Shefali.
Just say, she's like
Chef.
Rekha, yeah.
It's like chef.
Yeah. So he becomes a big hit with them, and they keep calling him for various kitty parties, and they become friends of his and all. But the kids don't know where he's going. So sometimes when the son calls, he doesn't take this. So he said, I'd gone to the NGO. And they have this, like, not a joint family, like brothers and all, who keep, like, there'll be one family who pick on a little bit. So he keeps getting picked on. And on Facebook, one of these women puts up a video because he becomes friends with them. So during one of these kitty parties, they'd play Antakshari, Dam Sharads, and he does Nagin. So he's doing that Nagin dance and all. So one of the nephews at a get-together is looking at Facebook, and he said, what is this video? And they say, they bought a smart TV for Rishi Kapoor. It was his birthday. And they put it on, and this Nagin dance is playing, and the son gets really upset and says, you should have. And this is something I realized, because I also do this with my mother. We tend to lecture our parents the way they used to lecture us, and you say, why did you never? Abhinandan is
But anyway, yeah,
like very sweet, and I've never heard him do something like this. But so the son says, you should have some regard for the family, you know, that you're just doing all this and all. And there are like lots of little weavings of stories and all. And the son's girlfriend stays in Magnolia, so in Gurgaon. And he wants to get married to her. So they go to meet her. And the son tells him things like, who have you, like, you don't know anyone important. He's not usually rude to his father, but there are these drives and all. And then something happens, the son gets into trouble. And finally, Rishi Kapoor is able to get him out of the mess because of this kitty
So it's
party.
basically a family drama.
It's a very sweet family drama, but it's nicely, this Paresh Rawal, Rishi Kapoor thing is very nicely done. And I don't like Paresh Rawal much because of his
politics.
His beautiful politics, like, just endear him to me. But I have to say, it's also for him to agree to do a film where they've told him it's not like you're going to reshoot every...
I don't think he'd care about that. But yeah, chalo. So
But it's worth
a watch.
It's a very sweet film, and and they make fun of Bhagwan because, so it's like a nice version of Bhagwan, this is. So he's watching Bhagwan, and his friend says, you don't want this to happen to you. So you do something, you become a cook. And this cook thing, bawarchi, am I a bawarchi? That interplay also. And there's a little romance with Juhi Chawla. So Rishi Kapoor is one of my favorite actors. And when he was young, I thought he was very cute.
Okay. So I have 2 announcements. One is that our News Laundry store will soon have 2 comics. One is Naxalbari and that is Kashmir Ki Kahani. They are really well done. The graphic novel is already, it's behind the paywall for subscribers on our website. But you can also get it as a physical copy now. So do check it out. And it is the best gift you can give to anyone, because not only is it fun, entertaining, attractive to look at, but also it gives you an amazing insight into the social, political history of several parts of India. And don't forget to subscribe to newslaundry.com. I have 2 more emails that I'd like to read out. This is from ND. Please don't kill creativity and murder imagination by asking Jayashree to focus on facts.
Jayashree ka to ban.
I think the alternate universe that exists in her head is far more interesting than reality. Who cares about facts anyway? Love your work, guys. Keep it up. Okay, Jayashree?
Thank you.
So I'll tell Jayashree, ND.
We'll do a seance.
So far, I have Rajshri here, but
No, we can do a seance with my grandmother.
then this letter is from Jay, not Raj. Do you get it? Because the Shri would be. So this is from Shri Jay, not Shri Raj, as opposed to Jay Shri and Raj. Anyway,
I just wanted
So-
you to know they've said that what I said is correct. That's what this letter says.
okay.
I summarized it.
So letter from Jay says, you've given the link to the list of countries and dependencies by area. In episode 246, Abhinandan, that's me, commented on New Zealand's size. It is larger than countries like the UK, Uganda, Cambodia, Romania, etc. Like Rajyasree mentioned, it is largely rural, agricultural, milk, meat, wine, etc. And tourism are the primary sources of income. Do visit, you will love it here. Jay, I would love to. In fact, I've been wanting to come to New Zealand for the longest time. And
It's
maybe
supposed
I
to be
will.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the ring of one of those films was shot there.
Lord of the Rings, the full thing was shot.
Yeah,
The
that's
trilogy.
So now we have a couple of emails. We can just save those for later. Before we turn off the video, I would just like to talk about the main thing, which is IPL season whatever.
The
is
main thing.
11, 12, 13, whatever. 22, the ad campaign is out. We've reviewed the IPL ad campaigns in the past. I think IPL, and I've said this before, I don't care much for the sport, but the ad campaigns of IPL are always phenomenal. I mean, creatively, the creativity aspect, the production values, etc., is phenomenal. And even this time, the production values, etc., is great, and some of the ads are good. But I have one, big problem. Why are you laughing?
I feel like we are discussing a Martin Scorsese film or something. But it's the main thing, that's it.
Why a Martin Scorsese film? If you're discussing it, that would be fine. But if you're discussing an IPL ad campaign, it's not fine.
Now you've taken up Gajal.
This is
IPL
the
ad campaign.
slavish mentality of the Indian English-speaking elite.
I feel like we are discussing a Mrinal Sen film. Carry on now.
Well done. Good
Bujle.
comeback. Good catch.
বেশি
You're
স্মার্ট
almost
হয়েও
dropped
না
it.
আমার সঙ্গে
So now see Rajshri, the thing is that the Chennai ad is of course the best, I think, because of
Dhoni.
He's just so good at it, and it is basically the bus stops and he says that Thalaiya, sorry. So he stopped the bus, blocked traffic,
I've watched
and he's
this.
watching TV. Work
Yeah.
was super, and because he's Thalaiya, whatever, the rule will be broken and the traffic will be stopped. I think even if it's to be taken lightly as just a little, IPL comment, you see, in every aspect of our pop culture, there seems to be underlining the fact that rules are optional if you are important.
Sorry. Sorry.
So, and this has also extended into the IPL. Now, the Delhi ad, I
have coffee over here.
very nice.
But thank God.
Otherwise, you'll fall asleep.
Otherwise, I'd fall asleep. Carry on.
Right now, that long, meandering series of sentences that you gave, I remained alert. No one had any idea what you were talking
You
about.
remained alert.
But I did not interrupt. Although it was so boring, your commentary.
Nothing
Now I'm giving
I see is ever
very
boring.
interesting. So now,
Very
and the thing
interesting.
is, now the Gujarat team, the IPL, kuch bhi ho sakta hai, the whole line is anything is possible or don't be surprised or whatever it is.
Impossible is nothing.
No, that's Adidas. So then they're
No,
doing
that's
dandiya
Nike.
with bats and all. No, that's Adidas.
Just do it.
That's Nike. So they're doing that. So it's dandiya, the Gujarat stereotype, dandiya. But the Delhi stereotype, ki there's a bomb, they say blue wali kaat de. She says wo kaat de kabhi nahi phatta, means the Delhi never wins. So at is bar phat gaya, that means don't be surprised, kuch bhi ho sakta hai, the Delhi can also win.
So who's Delhi's captain?
That's irrelevant, but fine. I'm talking about the ad campaign. I'm not talking about cricket. See, I'm commenting on the pop culture. Don't try to trick me. See, I'm not doing cricket commentary. I don't know anything about cricket. I know about ads.
Isn't the Delhi captain Virat Kohli?
Can I just finish my?
Oh, sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Here, so the stereotypes of all the cities and states are taken.
Yeah.
What the Delhi stereotype is a bomb. What are they trying to say? That
I'm
Delhi is a
surprised
city.
the Delhi stereotype is not a man who's just going and just randomly molesting women.
First of all, it's not unique to Delhi men. That's all men.
No.
Yes.
No.
Now you're talking like those people who know
Or
nothing.
just beating up people.
Like Haryana, Punjab
In
is not.
Bengal,
Kerala
we
is the
don't.
worst, man. Political violence is worst in Kerala.
But in
So
Bengal, we don't. We have no political violence.
Bengal, we don't. Why don't you read the paper? Just 2 weeks
Read
ago,
the paper.
I mean, people were killed and burnt alive and all. Bengal is just as bad as any other place. It's just that
They
on
are
the streets of
aberrations.
Bengalis, the odds have to be 100 Bengalis are beating up one person. I mean, it cannot be like a 10-8 kind of thing. That won't happen.
But one Bengali will never beat up. In Haryana and Delhi, one man will beat up 100 people. In Bengal, we don't take risks like this. We say, please, we'll talk to you later from a
So
distance.
I think the IPL needs
Yes, tell us.
a sensitivity officer. And I'm not joking. I'm not being facetious. Yes,
Could be.
word hai.
Fiscal. Are you being fiscal?
So-
Facetious?
The thing is that I think the
Fine.
IPL ad campaign needs a sensitivity officer who can say if you want to make an ad about such and such state, this is the stereotype, which is okay. This is the stereotype that is not okay. For example, if you want to make a Chennai Super Kings ad, it should not be about dosa and ayyayo and longi. I mean, that is not okay. You can do a stereotype of the over the top film stars or over the top hairdos or jing jing, that stuff like that.
Huh.
Or dandiya is okay. In Gujarat, you can make a joke about not being able to celebrate by drinking. That's okay. Don't do one about any communalism or anything. That is not okay.
Trains. Don't do one.
Delhi,
about
if you want to do a stereotype, you can do one about the agro Delhi male. That song Dilli se hu,
Huh.
beep. We will not use that word. Although I have a lousy mouth, I don't use gendered abuses. I use neutral abuses. So,
I'll
but
make a
but you
note of
can't make a
this
joke
from now
about Delhi mein bomb phatte hain. You see, these are not okay. So I
These
think
are not okay.
good ad campaign, well tried, but some sensory training is required. So that is my very enriching commentary on the IPL ad campaign, which was the
Please
main thing
send
for this week.
coffee.
It was the main thing for this week. and
This
I've
was the
done it.
main
What do you
thing
have to
you've
say about the ad campaign, Rashi?
I
You
want
did
to
not-
know what the Kolkata Knight
didn't
Rider
watch
ad
it?
campaign was. What was the Kolkata
I don't think
one?
must be doing something with Rasgulla, which is not okay.
That's not
It should.
good.
It should. It should be.
Can't be Rasgulla.
It should
na?
be
The-
about Bhadralok. It should be
the-
about. It should be about Super Over, and now Kolkata Knight Riders versus whatever Bangalore this thing, and now the Bengal Knight Rider or Kolkata Knight Rider. It's his turn. Instead of bowling or hitting six, he sits and starts writing an essay that will make him win the Super Over. That is a stereotype. That is
But
fun.
it can't be Rasgulla because the Odias claim that they made it, but they did not. Bengal made the Rasgulla first. I just want everyone to know.
And before we say goodbye to the video audience, and you can come on to the audio because this is primarily an audio podcast, we'll just go through one more email. This is from Shomona. Dear Awful and Awesome team, this mail goes out to Abhinandan with all due respect and affection. In episode 246, you are speaking so fast, literally, as if you've got a train to catch and cannot wait to get the thoughts out. Half your words are gobbled up in the hurry. I look forward to Awful and Awesome as an island of levity in a stressed out world. But this episode put my teeth on edge. Mr. Sekhri, please relax and enjoy yourself because when you're happy, your subscribers are happy. Shomana, thank you so much. I'm so touched.
Did you speak?
I always tend to when you're here because you stress me out.
Really? I've noticed.
But you're right, Shomana. Actually, I noticed this in when I did my Amit Verma's podcast, and I was listening to it.
Huh?
A, I don't complete half my sentences.
That
I
you
abandon
don't.
them. B, I speak so fast that even I don't know what I'm saying, and that's because my mind is very quick. You see, it
Your
works
mind
fast.
has nothing in it. That's right. The
So
few sentences that are in it are banging against your skull. No, you, in that Amit Verma thing, you didn't finish sentences. That I noticed.
I already made that observation. Don't just copy my
And you
observation
said
and then
fuck
pass them
many
off.
times.
Pass them off as your observation. You just say
Because
what I'm
my-
saying.
Because if you say anything with enough confidence, like I do,
So
it
the rest of this
becomes-
podcast is available only on the audio version. But do subscribe and pay to keep news free. The link is in the subscription below. And check out the new comics that we're offering physical copies of. So Rashi Sen. The subscription model is something that keeps News Laundry afloat. But we need hundreds of thousands of people to completely transform the news ecosystem. So you pay for news, so it serves you. So click on the link with this video, subscribe to News Laundry and pay to keep news free. और गर्व से कहो मेरे खर्च पर आज़ाद है खबरें.